Domestically, Uganda government is one of the leading factor. So I'm choosing to talk about government because there are some people calling themselves a government or in government who are perhaps destroying and they are the leading destroyer of Uganda's economy. If I'm asked what is the cause of the economic crisis in Uganda, yes, we may have a global problem on the economies, but domestically, Uganda government is one of the leading factor that is destroying Uganda's economy. That one is absolute and everyone can tell about it. The fiscal discipline by the government is putting Uganda into an economic dustbin. That one should be understood because the way our government spends the money or the taxes is not productive. Its ripple effect on the economy is in negative. Financial policies that escalate Uganda's economy, the politics, the current politics is actually making Uganda economy crumble. The expense, the budgetary expense by the politics of the day to maintain the unpleasing government in power is kind of one of the serious tragedy that is throwing Uganda into an economic dustbin. So Uganda's economic question is going to be kind of getting difficult for some time until the politics of the day is solved. The political question of the day is solved. You can imagine a government that spent from somewhere and something that is not important, something that doesn't add value to the economy. You get money from people who are using it to produce more wealth for a country, to produce more goods, to produce high quality goods, to offer jobs, and for you go and get it from them and give it to people who are productive. You deploy money in politics. So that is a big challenge, and we must tell it to people that if government does not reduce on taxes, if government does not reduce on districts or administrative units which are non-productive, actually in economics there are economic outflows. They drain the economy instead of being inflows to the economy. They divide the district into small administrative units, kind of villages. And when the politician comes to your society, just know they come with more taxes and expense. And politicians, they're not important than doctors, teachers, and all that. Where resources would be deployed to produce more human resource, increase or multiply effect on production, especially if it is left in the hands of private workers or private enterprises, the ripple effect would be very, very high. But when the government confiscates that money to promote their own interests of politics, because these people are rewarding themselves with too much money, too much salary, very expensive vehicles, holidays, allowances, and at the expense of the region where tax in principle is collected. This tax will be used in hospitals, but in hospital there is no medicine and there is a lot of corruption. In school there is no structure, but there is poor performance. In ghettos, there are many people who are hungry and they don't have what to eat. And your leaders today, they are saying that they have interests of the people, selfishly enjoying the life at the expense of the society. So the economics of the day should be less taxed taxes and more infrastructure to enable the economy to thrive, better policies for contract and for better running of businesses. We need to reduce the politics of the day. There are many politicians. I mean, the MPs are very many, the districts are very many. They are useless. If we come to know this, the economics of this, politics is a contradiction to economy if not properly balanced. And Uganda is an example of where the economics and politics is not balanced. Actually, politics is overweighing the economy. It is becoming a parasite. The politicians are living a parasite life. They are actually taking too much from the economy, from people who are producing, the entrepreneurs, the farmers and all that. Government does not own any money, does not own anything. They always come and actually parasitically take away from people. That would not be a problem if government is small enough to offer justice, to promote liberty, but it has already failed in that. There is a lot of injustice actually perpetuated by the same government because of its indiscipline, because of its political indiscipline, because of its dictatorial nature. It has failed on promoting liberty, freedom, and everything. And at the same time, it is parasiting on Uganda. It is acting as a parasite on Uganda to take the money to maintain itself in power through buying and giving privilege to some people. So that is the greatest problem to the economy, and Uganda's economy, I guess, as far as the little history I have, it is going to become more difficult with time, because we see since 2000 the shillings has been losing value up to now. Recently, from 2019 to now, the shillings collapsed by a half. A person who had 5,000, it became 2,005. Right now, 5,000, 10,000 would buy some 3 items. Some 3 items in the shop, like sugar and soap, or any other stuff added on that. But today, it can only buy one. So the economy is depreciating. People do not understand this. When the economy is growing, people's standard of living increases. People work for less hour and they enjoy life. They earn. But today, the economy is becoming more difficult and people have to work for more hours to buy the same goods which they bought at less amount some years back. So most Ugandans should realize why we talk about economics and politics. Politics is about people's lives. That's what you should understand. To determine what you eat, because of how politics interfere with the economy. It determines how much you are paid as far as salary is concerned. It determines the drugs you consume, the goods you consume from the shop and the market. So we need to be much concerned about politics, because sometimes politics is a danger to the economy and to your life. I'm Joram Masige, a libertarian. I want to see a society that is free, where people live a free life, enjoying their freedom. I want to live in a society where rule of law reigns instead of rule by man. So it is important that we have a limited government whereby the laws work, politicians are few, and the system is efficient and effective. Where everyone has freedom, choice, and decisions determine how an individual lives. Thank you very much.